you from the Mall of Asia Arena, ABS-CBN Sports proudly brings you the Ateneo Blue Eagles versus the University of Santo Tomas for Game 1 of the Finals. ABS-CBN Sports proudly presents
exclusively here. But here comes UST. But in town, saving it. Russel thought about it. Got Manakaw flying. Got it!
A master aftershock fake.
Seasons pass. Lives change. But hardcourt glory remains the ultimate goal.
Launches! No! And UST has won the 69th season UAAP title!
Ateneo will win their 4th straight championship under coach Norman Black. The celebration, although they 19.5 in the 2 games.
The defending champion seeking more.
10 seconds. Buenafe will try again. Got it! Oh, great anticipation by Vosotros, but the pickup by Rodena and the pass. Salva up to Gonzaga. Gonzaga sets up Johnson. And now it's Ateneo's turn to get their fast break points.
A hungry contender hoping to relive history.
With 2 to shoot. He puts it up. No! He gets it to go! We're going to overtime. Kicks it out to Tank. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to go! Still a lot of time. Abdul for the jump shot. Oh! 7 seconds. And Ateneo is behind by 1. Bautista draws closer. What a play. What a play. And he gives Vito Arencio a low 5.
Who will draw the first blood?
Mariano puts up a 3, and he gets it to go. Gonzaga sets up Johnson. Now Now it's Ateneo's turn. Bautista draws closer. What a play. What a play. Ravena all the way. Posterises Kareem Abdul. He knocks down the three, gets it to go, and points to the UST crowd.
The Ateneo Blue Eagles versus the University of Santo Tomas for Game 1 of the Finals. It doesn't get better.
For Coach Norman Black and a few of his players, they are making their 5th straight finals appearance. Each one, I'm sure, is very special. This one potentially might be the most special, depending on the outcome of the series. For Coach Pido Harencio, he makes his return to the finals. But for all of his players, it's their baptism of fire. How will they respond to the big stage? Sino ang aangat ang laro? Sino ang bibigay sa pressure? Kaninong sigawan ba ang mangingibabaw ngayon? 1 Big 5 or repeat 06? Ateneo versus UST, ang unang hakbang papunta sa kampyonato dito sa UAAP sa aming pagbabalik dito sa ABS-CBN.
Versus the University of Santo Tomas for Game 1 of the Finals. The Blue Eagles versus the University of Santo Tomas for Game 1 of the Finals.
Melo started 5 games.
What's up, Moa Arena? Ateneo, make some noise! UST, what's up? Ha! Now it's time to get ready.
Here comes the break. To ready your mind, you slip and you snap and you break just to keep your eyes focused on the horizon. Break to the rhythm, break to the rhythm, break. And Dan is here to remind your players and your workers and your mothers and your prayers, it's divine. The strip and snap and the break time, you take a deep breath, then you're ready for the next line.
Come on, let's go. You ready? I'm gonna kick that from my door. Got my fingers up to you.
I am the man with the 4-figure kick out in the 3-step plan. I say a strip, snap, break, and you're ready for whatever. That's exactly what it takes.
Break to smile. You ready, right? Come on, let's break. You ready? I'm gonna kick that from the start. Get my fingers up to you.
Ready everybody to my homework, oh mama. Ready everybody to my shifts, I got bed. Ready everybody to my date, mama ya. Ready everybody na Bohuisa Bansa. Ready everybody, ready everyone. This kick out break is done in 3, 2. Ready? Like Kit Kat Philippines on Facebook.
Are you ready? Everybody make some noise! Ateneo! UST! Now that's what I'm talking about. Make sure you have a Kit Kat break after this. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Much love. Enjoy the game, everybody!
Kit Kat would like to invite everyone to join the world's biggest break and help change the world's mood. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/KitKat. Mula po sa Mall of Asia Arena dito po sa Pasay City. Welcome to game number 1 of the best of 3 finals between Ateneo and UST. ABS-CBN Sports brings you this live and exclusive coverage dito po sa ABS-CBN. Boom Gonzalez with my good friend DJ Manotok. We expect an epic series if we are going back to first round and second round encounter, or even if you want to go back to 2006.
Exactly. Only 3 points have separated these two teams this season.
That's right.
Both those games could have gone either way. You could have seen UST win both. You could have seen Ateneo win both. But right now, they split it down to half. 1 win for Ateneo, 1 win for UST. But talking about the finals, when we're entering game 1, one of the most amazing stats to look at so far is since the best-of-3 finals format has been implemented in 1994, 14 out of the 18 times, the winner of game 1 has gone on to win the title. That is 78% winning percentage of the winner of game 1.
All right, let's talk about that epic finals back in 2006, the time that Coach Norman and Coach Pido met. That was the first year of Coach Pido Harencio. And not only did they pull that season off in spectacular fashion, ending up as number 3, getting into the finals by winning twice, and then from the back foot, winning the last 2 games in overtime in the 3rd game against Ateneo.
Exactly. You know, one of the most memorable games of that game, of course, was game 1, wherein Ateneo pulled off that buzzer beater of a win against UST with that half-court pass to Doug Kramer, who was surprisingly wide open under the basket, and that magic was pulled out of the back pocket from Coach Norman Black. But unfortunately for Ateneo, in that instance, in that series, they were not able to build on the momentum of that morale-boosting come from behind win in game number 1. And in game number 2, we saw UST demolish Ateneo and win by 16 points. And then they carried that momentum into game number 3 with all that confidence and all that, bravado and that UST, charisma and atmosphere of their crowd carried them in a close, tight battle down the stretch, winning it in overtime. Of course, Jojo Ducil was the man for UST. They got guys like Jerby Cruz as well. It was such a classic battle of some epic stars who have now gone on to have great careers in the pros as well. But very interestingly, when Ateneo won that game 1, that's the only finals that they won game 1 and went on to lose. Ever since, even in the last 4, even the 2 in the 80s, they've won game 1 and went on to win the title.
Very interesting tip and trivia there from TJ Manotoc. We'll give you more of the matchup this year between Ateneo and UST when we come back dito po sa ABS-CBN.
Versus the University of Santo Tomas for game 1 of the finals. Ateneo Blue Eagles versus the University of Santo Tomas for game 1 of the finals.
Babalik po kami dito sa Mall of Asia Arena sa ABS-CBN. Niyo po kami napapanood at high definition on Balls Channel 167 at patiin din natin lahat ng ating mga kapamilya na nanonood sa buong mundo via the Filipino channel. Inaabangan itong seryeng ito mula sa UST at Ateneo, ang kanilang muling pagkikita sa finals ng UAAP. Ateneo looking for their 9th championship all in all, while UST looking for their 20th. Muli po, magandang hapon, Boom Gonzalez kasama si TJ Manotoc. Okay, napag-usapan na natin, TJ, yung nangyari noong 2006. Let's talk about this year between these two teams, especially that first game where UST came back from a 19-point deficit.
Exactly. That was an incredible ball game, and a lot of factors you have to consider as well. Remember, that was only the 2nd game of the season for both these squads. UST was facing the possibility of starting the season 0-2 after dropping the first game against FEU, and what an enormous comeback that they staged. They were down 19 points in the first half, Boom, and it came to a 3rd quarter run. In fact, the 2nd game as well, but we'll get to that later on. It was a 30-11 3rd quarter run for UST, and as well as great defense in that quarter. They held down Ateneo to only 33% field goal shooting that propelled them into the lead in the 4th quarter, even to help them be in the game close down the stretch, to help them win with that layup from Karim Abdul, which actually after the layup he kind of celebrated too early and almost caused them to lose the game as well. But that was such a epic ball game for them.
That was the start also of their comeback cats reputation. Dahil yun yung unang-una.
For this season, napakadami ng games.
Nung game against FEU, sila yung binalikan. Nung game against Ateneo, sila yung bumalik. At mula nun, parang naging tuloy-tuloy na. Now we go to the 2nd meeting, a highly controversial one.
Well, this was the one that was protested eventually by UST because of 2 things. The goaltending call that was done by Abdul on that layup on a foul on Ryan Buenapen, as well as the alleged non-call on the complaining of Coach Sharma Black. But talking about the game per se, it was another game that a third quarter run did the thing for the winning team. Ateneo this time had a 22-10 run in that third quarter, and interestingly enough, Ateneo was able to check Mariano, who was the big man in the first round encounter where he had 21 points. In the second time around, he only had 9 points, and he really struggled from the field. Only 3 out of 13 from the field. But what's interesting to see, in both those games, the winning team had 4 guys in double digits. The losing team only had 2 guys in double digits for both those games.
Interesting. All right, UST is first out on the floor here at the Mall of Asia Arena as we bring you more of game number 1 sa aming pagbabalik dito po sa ABS-CBN.
Eagles versus the University of Santo Tomas for Game 1 of the Finals.
Kayo po'y nanonood sa ABS-CBN. Magandang hapon, Pilipinas, at lahat ng kapamilyang nakatutok sa atin ngayon for game number 1. We are minutes away from the showdown between Ateneo and UST, the number 1 and number 2 teams after the elimination round. It is just it's but right that they meet in the finals. Now, let's talk about yung mga bida dito, TJ, sa mga kupunan na to. Kiefer Ravena, on your screens, was out early. The first one out on shoot-around pagdating sa kupunan na Ateneo. He ends up the elimination round as the leading scorer of the Big Three.
Exactly. Nabawi niya, no? In the second round, talagang he really picked up his numbers, he picked up his scoring, he became one of the most consistent guys amongst the scorers for Ateneo. And speaking of consistency, among these 3, they've got great numbers across the board for the whole season for all these 3 guys. You see Slaughter, almost a double-double machine, 13 points a game, almost 10 rebounds a game. Nico Salva, almost the same points in terms of points and then 5 rebounds a game. But it's been Ravena who has been the most consistent against FEU. He's had 18 and 19 respectively. Greg Slaughter has not liked playing against UST.
You're right.
10 points only in the second matchup, 9 points in the first matchup. Nico Salva had 17 points in their first matchup, but guess what? In the second round, he was held down to only 3 out of 8 from the field and only 6 points. So these 2 big men of Ateneo kind of find it awkward and challenging to play against these big and physical big men of UST.
Pagdating naman sa UST, ang meal ticket nila obviously is that guy. And for the second straight year, he's going to probably come up a little bit short in the MVP race. We're talking about Karim Abdul, who leads their team in scoring and rebounding, but obviously backed up by Jarek Tang, and that man, the X factor, especially in their first meeting, Aljon Mariano.
Exactly, Kareem Abdul, this is the double-double machine. Talk about consistency of this man. He had 14 points in the first game encounter, 22 points in the second game encounter in the second round. Jeron Tang, 16 points in the first encounter, 12 in the second. But the interesting thing to point out is Mariano. He was the one that Coach Norman Black himself said before facing UST.
Correct.
Kinakatakutan nila. Sabi niya, we have to be wary of the versatility of Mariano. And he killed them in their first encounter. And he poured it on with 21 points. But na-check siya in that second encounter. In the second round, Ateneo did their adjustments defensively and only held down to Mariano to only 3 field goals the whole game. 3 out of 13 for only 9 points. So what kind of a performance will Ateneo allow Mariano? He seems to be the X factor amongst those 3 of UST.
In this matchup especially. Okay, but speaking of matchups, you talk about Salva, Mariano, Abdul, Slaughter, but also there's Kiefer Ravena and Jarek Tang, and they are the featured Gatorade Fuel duel of the game. Fuel your battle with Gatorade. Gatorade fuels the UAAP. Ano opinion mo dito sa matchup natin, DJ?
Well, who would have loved their averages and their points? But you know what? When you talk about these 2 leaders, you throw that out the window. These 2 guys have absolutely no fear of picking up their team, putting them on their shoulders, and willing them to win. We've seen them do that in respective games in the elimination round for Ravena, for Ateneo, for Tang, for UST. And beyond that, they have no fear of taking those big shots from the outside. When things get tough and tight inside, yung wala nang puwang makadrive, wala nang puwang makapost up, they have it big outside shots, and that just might be key for this final.
Well, one big 5 ba? Or repeat of those 6? Yan po ang ating aabangan. Game number 1 of the finals between Ateneo and UST. Mga Agila at mga Tigre, magsasalpukan na po dito sa ABS-CBN sa aming pagbabalik.
Eagles versus the University of Santo Tomas for Game 1 of the Finals.
But I think UST is going to be very tough this year, so I'll throw the pressure on Coach Fido right now. I think he has a very good team. He has a good center. He has a veteran team. He's upset na, galit na siya. Okay lang.
Bahala na po kayong mag-isip. Basta kami, basta nasa lupa ang tigre, matapang derby. Thank you.
The starting five of your Ateneo Blue Eagles. At guard number 5, Robbie Trumpson. The other guard number 15, keeper Ravena. And center number 20, Greg Slaughter. And forward number 8, Nico Salva. And the other forward number 17, Openg Sumalino. Your head coach is Mr. 100% Norman Black. Here now is the starting lineup of your UST Growling Tigers. And guard number 7, Jerick Fortuna. The other guard number 16, Jerick Tang. And center number 20, Karim Abdul. And forward number 14.
We're all set to go here for our game number 1. Finals between UST and Ateneo. Ating starting 5 on your screens. Hanes, America's leading underwear brand. Live po ito sa ABS-CBN. Matagal na po natin hinihintay. At sa wakas, mauumpisahan na ang bakbakan between Ateneo and UST. We've talked about all the other matchups, the statistics, but in the finals, TJ, merong mga bagay dyan na hindi natin maika-quantify pagdating statistics, at meron din tayong mga player na makikita paminsan-minsan sumusulpot. Some are big game players, as they call it. Who are your big game players who might step up na hindi pa natin napag-usapan?
Well, you know, beyond their statistics, and kaya nga hindi natin na-highlight sila dun sa top players because in terms of their season-long averages, they're not that high. But I think for Ateneo, it's Ryan Buenafe, and for USC, it's Jerick Fortuna. Both these guys have shown the guts to hit big shots down the stretch in critical games, in big games, and they just show such maturity and class in the end game that coaches can really trust them with their ball in their hands.
And Ryan Buenafe is not starting dahil nakita naman natin as Alvin Mariano draws first blood sa ating final series between USC and Ateneo. There have been games, as you know, and pointed out DJ in the past, that Buenafe has started. Ito si Openg Sumalinog ang kanilang sinimulan, at sigurado para kay Aljon Mariano yan.
Well, he's back to the starting lineup. He started in both the matchups against UST. And inamin naman ni Coach Norman Black sa atin when we asked him why he started Buenafe in the last few games. It's because he's noticed the double team for Slaughter normally comes from the small forward position, and he knows they sacrifice a little too much on offense if it's Sumalinog as compared to Buenafe.
Kumpletuhin natin ang ating mga barkada dito sa ating game number 1. Puntahan natin si Tina Marasigan mula sa side ng UST.
Yes, Lou, thank you. On the 7th year of Coach Pido Jarencio as the head coach of the UST Growling Tigers, he is definitely fired up and excited for bringing UST on their second finals appearance here in the UAAP in his coaching year since 2006. The spirit and hearts of the boys are undeniably hungry to win the title this year, and they see it as the sweetest fruit of what they've worked for in their intensive training program. This has improved their perimeter shooting and even in producing points in the paint, setting up their post moves and screens, and in shoring up their defense against the penetrators and shooters of Ateneo. Boom and TJ, Melo Akwong is not present today and still recovering in the UST hospital after being diagnosed just this morning with stage 1 dengue. But notwithstanding of his absence, Coach is still confident with his lineup and even offer this game to Melo, to UST, and to God Almighty. Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much for the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 report. Life just got better. Melo Akwong is the usual starter as Aljon Mariano comes off the bench, and Coach Pido likes it that way, but adjustments have to be made. At yan po ang adjustment natin dito. Puntahan muna natin ang ating Yakisobrang move. Brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap. 3-point play completed by Nico Salva to bring us right now to 5
And those 5 points, boom, have come from the fast break for Ateneo. They average 10.9 fast break points a game, third in the league. You know that Coach Norman Black likes to run.
And a foul on the Karim Abdul drive at exactly the 8-minute mark. Chance for us to go to our fourth member of our broadcast team to complete our team. Selena Dagdag from Ateneo.
Right from the very beginning of the season, Coach Norman has always believed that the team to beat is UST. And when I asked him in yesterday's practice how he's planning to go about such a goal, sabi niya sa akin na he wants to see his blue shirts do a good job in the defensive boards as UST consists of able offensive rebounders. He also wants to see the Blue Eagles guard the perimeter well to minimize their opponent's outside shooting. That's all for now, Boom and TJ.
Maraming salamat, Selena. A report brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. Even prior to the season has started, we've seen it in the press releases, we've seen it in the write-ups of all our sports writer friends that he singled out UST as the biggest obstacle to the drive for 5, talking about Coach Norman Black. Okay, bago tayo magkainitan dito sa ating laro, TJ, marami na tayong matchup na pag-usapan, pero napakaganda ring abangan yung matchup ni Kevin Ferrer at ni Keith Ravena na dati pang magkatunggali nung high school pa sila.
They are very familiar with each other. Nung high school pa lang, nagkatapat na itong dalawang to in a championship series in the juniors division kung saan nagtapat na yung dalawa. Talagang they're so used to seeing each other, they're so used to battling each other, and it was a fierce battle in that finals in the juniors, and that was won by Ateneo. Keith Ravena ended up becoming the finals MVP. Kevin Ferrer was the junior season MVP.
Correct. Actually, nakakadalawang finals MVP na yan, si Keith Ravena in the juniors division. 7:05 remaining.
And after that, both guys in their last game, sila yung hero for UST. Biglang lumitaw si Ferrer. For Ateneo, it was Ravena.
And with personal bests in the UAAP to propel their teams into the finals as Jarek Deng knocks down his second jumper of the game. Seesaw battle so far, 8-7 lamang po ang mga taga-Espanya. Ayan na po yung assignment ni Ferrer kay Ravena. Ravena off to the left. Jarek Deng looking ahead. Wala pa tayong palitan ng tao dito. Fortuna playing in his last year for the Growling Tigers. Abdul hooks his left leg. Wow. Uses his left arm. Bola mapupunta sa mga nakaputi. From Katipunan, it's the defending champions.
Ganda ng pivot move doon na nakaikot si Karim Abdul away from Slaughter, but it was still a tough release.
Here's a clear man deep cleanse. High performance drive with activated carbon. Deep cleanse for 0 dandruff to give us a 1-point UST lead. Salva, last year's finals MVP, as you remember, TJ. Yep. But an incredible game for him to clinch their 4th title. He's going for his personal 5th title. Interesting start for both teams. Ano? What are your interpretations, TJ? May konting kababa? May konting gigil? Ano ba? O tama lang?
Tama lang. Mukhang nag-iingat. They're not overly aggressive that they will border on out of control. They're running when the opportunity presents itself. They're not forcing situations so far. So far, both teams playing a very disciplined system. Seems like they're really focused on executing their respective game plans.
Kit Kat break muna tayo. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Coach Pido Horenzo's boys ahead by 1. Balik po tayo dito sa ABS-CBN para po sa game number 1 ng finals between Ateneo and UST. Ang UST, number 2 team with a 10-4 record after the eliminations. The best record since 1999. At nanalo over National University sa kanilang Final 4 matchup. They took care of business really early. As we see Senator Jinggoy Estrada with us in attendance. Ang Ateneo naman na number 1 at 12-2 took care of business in the Final 4 against their arch rivals. But it was a little tough as they came from behind the exploits of Keeper Ravena to propel themselves into the finals. May konting press dito ang UST, TJ.
We're showing us a full court 1-2-2 press, something they don't do very often. Looks like both squads have probably prepared something different to show here in the finals.
Sigurado yan, ano? Ganun naman usually, ano? Pero siguro 90% of what you've been doing all throughout.
Ito pa rin, yung foundation.
as Buenafe misses the 3. Remember, he was 1 out of 5 against LaSalle. The 1 was the big one to separate both teams and eventually clinch that game against LaSalle.
They were down by 1 at that point, and he gave them a 2-point lead.
Tapos 2 free throws. Eventually, as we get to our Globe Prepaid Go Lang ng Go halfway point of the quarter, deliberate basketball for Ateneo as Johnson, who has been so deadly from the 3-point area, averaging 52%.
Wow.
From downtown this season. Just not a good idea to leave him alone as they tie the ball game at 10. Second deadlock of the game. Ferrer, babawi ba? Babawi nga. Mainit pa rin.
And you don't want to get this guy going if you're Ateneo. You saw what he was able to do against NU, and what a phenomenal game, because considering the fact he had to play great defense as well against Ray Parks.
Buenafe misses. It is no coincidence, TJ, as Johnson shoots another 3, that Ferrer has only started twice in the whole of the elimination round. One of them was against Ateneo, and we all know why. The other one was against Bobby Parks at National University.
Well, yung nakakatuwang makita, no, yung, he was able to accept a new role.
Correct.
Juniors, superstar, super scorer. Come to the seniors, Coach Pido said, you have to be my defensive stopper, and he embraced that role right away.
Ito po yung great 3. From Great Taste 3-1 as Nico Elorde comes in the ball game for the very first time para sa 4-time defending champions. 13-10, under 4 minutes remaining. Ryan Buenafe, how about that guy? 3 championships at juniors. Nakakatatlo na rin dito sa seniors. Dahil wala nga siya last year.
Yep. So in the last 6 seasons he has played basketball.
Wala pang
palaging champion.
And he's always obviously come up big in the finals. Just like that guy last year. Salvador misses. Aljon Mariano comes away with his 3rd rebound of the game already. Naiwanan si Abdul sa ilalim.
Nice fake as well. Presence of mind of both these guys. Mariano, the open court and the slow break. And for Abdul, knowing that he had a 7-footer behind him.
Salva easily gets that one to drop. 15-12 is our score.
But so far, Ateneo not bothered by the full court press of UST. They've been breaking it well and scoring as well.
3:10 remaining. Fortuna against Delorde. Fortuna. Tight on that jump shot. Nalibre na siya as Ravenna gets through 2 players. And then a 3rd player sets up Salva. Salva puts it up and in. May timeout tayo dito. Ito yung mandatory timeout natin at the 3-minute mark. 2:55 to be precise. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. 14 ang ating talaan dito. Lamang po ng isa ang UST over Ateneo. Game 1 of the finals between UST and Ateneo. As I said earlier, for those who missed it, Ateneo overall looking for their 9th championship. Ang UST looking for their 20th championship. And a 6th overall finals appearance for UST since the Final Four format was instituted. At ito na naman. Makita natin muna ang ating fast break points. Lamang na lamang ang Ateneo. That one brought to you by the new KFC Mac and Cheese. Bite the board of TJ.
But that might be an interesting point to see. Out of the 14 points of Ateneo, 9 are from the fast break points. I mean, if you're Coach Norman, you still want to balance it out. At gusto mo naman, kahit maaga pa lang, ma-set up mo na yung rhythm mo in the half-court set.
Salva, series of fakes. Just the footwork working for the graduating Atenean. Cutting the lead down to 2, 18-16.
He has 11, Boom, of the 16 points.
You're right.
It's all Nico Salva.
All right. He is 5 out of 8 from the field. Teng asking for it. Getting the pick. Then kicking it out to Aljon Mariano for 3. No. Buenafe with his 2nd rebound of the game. Very deliberate first quarter by both teams.
It is. Well, although you see Ateneo run, they've had 9 points in the fast break. That's kind of high because they already averaged 10.9 a game.
Buenafe carving his way through. That's an interesting matchup. 2 very strong men. Very different strength, very different games as you look at this PS Bank Paasan assist by Mariano. Isang tulog lang, may bahay ka na with PS Bank Home Loan with Prime really made. DJ, batiin din natin yung mga nanonood all over the world as we see this great 3 from Great Taste 3 and 1. May mga nag-tweet sa atin kanina from Canada, from Australia, from Japan, from Doha. Sa ating sa Over TFC bro, maraming salamat, nakaabang. Kahit nagpupuyat yung
Ating
iba.
kape, ha?
Yung iba nga daw, hindi raw pumasok sa trabaho para lang manood.
Sa East Coast America, alas 3 na umaga. Sa West Coast, midnight ang simula ng laro natin.
Tabla po tayo. Pangatlong tabla natin, Ateneo. 6 assists in the game. A block there by Greg Slaughter. The kick out. Mariano, a couple of fakes. May dukot.
Oh, what a move! Oh, what a move! I don't know if the kids will remember this, pero siguro yung mga mas mature na dyan. Ramon Fernandez.
Or Philip Cesar.
Or Philip Cesar.
Mga dukot na gano'n. Yep. Foul tayo dito to halt the play. And a wishy, oh wow moment. Open up to everyday surprises. There are many ways to skin the cat, sabi nga nila, and to avoid a giant like Greg Slaughter. And that was just one of them. Kim Lo is in the ballgame for the first time para sa UST. Salva against Mariano. Kim Lo there to bother Buenafe, and an offensive foul called on Ryan Buenafe. The coaching staff of Ateneo protesting that is the 4th team foul of Ateneo. Tignan natin sa ating McDonald's. Instant free play. Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for back delivery.
Close call there. Very close call. Most of the time you see that as a non-call in a let-go situation kasi walang advantage na nawala.
Ayun na!
Look at that!
Yung galaw ni Aljon Mariano. 6 na puntos na po dito. Nakaagaw pa ang UST. 30 seconds to shoot. 30 seconds to play rather in the first quarter. Lamang ng 4. Mariano against Salva. Both are very good offensively but are suspect defensively actually. Salva, 3-on-2. Botch play. Nangunguna si Mariano. Humahabol ang mga tinista. Sidestep. That's Jerick Teng making the adjustment.
What a play there by UST in the fast break.
6 points na rin. At 6 points na ang abante. Elorde, titira na 3. Wala. And after the first quarter, yun yung sinasabi nating deliberate, biglang bulusok itong UST sa dulo po ng ating unang yugto. Pero ang ating Jollibee champ of the quarter, undeniably, Nico Salva with 11 of the 18 Ateneo points. Jollibee champ, big burger goodness like no other. Pero ang uste, ang may abante ng 6. Nagbabalik po ang UAAP dito po sa ABS-CBN. Sabihin niyo po sa mga kapamilya natin. Ang game number 1 po dito po sa ABS-CBN ay papalabas lamang ng 6 ang UST on a 6-0 run in the last 51 seconds of the first quarter. DJ, your thoughts?
Well, focus. It boils down to focus and mental toughness in situations like these, in championship series like these. As you see some stats on your screens right there, UST with an incredible 60% field goal shooting to start.
Kita natin sa ating KFC So Good Stats brought to you by the new KFC Mac and Cheese. Fight the boredom. Si Christina at Gina. So sa Gen Premium, your multi-defense solution to fight body aging. Justin Chua, binangga ni Paolo Pe. Paolo Pe is joined by Jerick Fortuna, Aljon Mariano, Kim Lo, and Jerick Teng. Second team foul, second personal foul. Pure Foods Perfect Couple, Pure Foods Tender Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog. Para sa Ateneo, Justin Chua, Frank Golia, Ryan Buenafe, Tonino Gonzaga, and Juami Chongson. Coach Norman Black, his swan song, TJ.
Yep, win or lose. In case you haven't heard, he has declared the start of the season pa lang, this will be his last season coaching Ateneo.
So very different and unorthodox fives for both teams, TJ.
That's right, medyo may hugot sila off their bench, mixing it up a bit with some starters. I guess trying to limit the rotation to a smaller rotation as well. Kung maaari, siguro 7, 8, or 9 players maximum ang rotation nila as compared to how sometimes they go 10, 11 deep.
Yep. A minute gone by here in the second quarter. The blitz on Buenafe. Chua makes it as we go to Tina Marasigan from the UST side.
kung may isang salita na maglalarawan sa laban na ito, yun ang salitang punong-puno. Punong-puno ang Mall of Asia Arena ng mga taga-suporta ng bawat kupunan. At mula sa hanay naman ng UST, punong-puno rin sila ng kumpiyansa at kagustuhang magbunga ang paghihirapan nila ngayon. Coach Pido wants his boys to outrun the Eagles and also to outwork them in setting up both their offense plays and defense. Expect that we will see more from the Tigers as they attack more to the basket. That's all for now, Boom and TJ.
Thank you, Tina. That one brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. Kim Lo drawing the foul from, was it Buenafit?
Yes, it was Buenafit.
Ito, tingnan muna natin yung Rexona men shot block. Rexona men with 50% more lasting protection. Spray on the confidence. Spare will move out. Karim Abdul is back in at the 8:23 mark. Lamang pa rin po ng 5 ang kupunan ni Coach Pido Harencio. Wouldn't it be sweet for Coach Norman Black? His last year is a championship against a guy who got him the first time.
Exactly.
Right?
Kung kailan akala niya makukuha na niya yung una niyang title in 2006, nasulot pa sila ng number 3 seed in a team that they beat in the first game, that they were up 1-0 in the best of 3 finals.
At matamis din naman para kay Coach Pido pag makaulit siya. 2 beses ka na lang pupunta sa finals, 2 beses mo pang matalo yung, I mean, right now in recent years the winningest coach in the finals in Coach Norman Black. May agaw dito? Pero hindi, mapupunta sa Ateneo. You saw Japs Kuan, I believe, earlier. Oy! Turnover. Counter turnover. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Gonzaga. Chua. Walang foul. Nangunguna si Kim Lo. Pero humabol ang mga Atenista. Kim Lo able to get it up and in.
Kim Lo, a guy who only averages 7 minutes a ball game, playing with a lot of composure here, doing all the right things on both ends of the court.
Check our lineups on the floor, brought to you by Hanes, America's leading underwear brand. 29-21, biggest lead of the game for UST. Here's that matchup. Ferrer against Ravenna. Ravenna, humanap ng paraan. Great coverage by Kevin Ferrer. Ultra-fast play from the new Tattoo U-Stick, Live Without Limits. What composure by Kim Lo on that move to give them a 29-21 lead. Paul Lopez back, Mariano will move out. And then Greg Slaughter is also back for Ateneo as we check in with Selena Dagdag.
As the second quarter rolls in, Coach Norman demands to see and witness a couple of things from his boys. Number one, he wants the Blue Eagles to stop giving the Growling Tigers fast break points. At gusto niya ring makita yung players niya mag-set up ng screen ng maaga in order to buy the team more time. Dagdag nga ng ibang players sa huddle kanina, bantay at safety kaagad kay Abdul. Back to you, Boom and TJ.
Maraming salamat, Selena Dagdag, for the report brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. Second personal foul on Kevin Ferrer. As we look at this McDonald's instant replay, overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for Mac Delivery. UST shooting at a 58% clip. Ateneo at 41 as we speak.
What a high percentage for UST at 58%.
Oy! Turnover.
Dami na, Boom, ha? That is turnover number 6 from my unofficial count. We'll double check with that.
Wow. Well, the jitters didn't come out in the first quarter.
No, it's coming out here in the second.
McDonald's instant replay. Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for Mac Delivery. 4 para sa UST, 6 para sa Ateneo in terms of turnovers. Ferrer against Gonzaga. Ferrer forces it. The tap goes to UST and then returns to Ateneo. 7 minutes to play in the first half. Ravenna, who is 0 of 4 so far in the game.
Scoreless today in 12 minutes of play.
Salva, that's almost automatic already from 15 to 17 feet. 13 points for the guy looking for his 5th championship.
Well, Ravenna may be 0 out of 4 from the field, but he has 3 rebounds and 3 assists already.
Tata Bautista has been quiet. And then he gets that pass, shoots a 3, rims out. Kapika na bola, mapupunta sa Ateneo. Ravenna waits for more friends. He's up against Tata Bautista. Gives it up to Salva. Sinalubong ni Abdul from 18. Lumabas pa. Kapika ng bola. And it will be, Ateneo ball.
Kahit na, yung mas malaki na slaughter, yung may advantage yun sa dapit.
The referees check with each other. The referees Rico Buaron, Glenn Cornelio, Don Arguelles, by the way, as Salva knocks down his 6th field goal. Perfect combination. Pure Food Standard Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog. 6 out of 9 to be precise. Nico Salva. Oy, another! Turnover number 7.
Yes. That is number
Para
7.
sa Ateneo.
Uncharacteristic. And it's turnovers, boom, that are unforced.
Right.
Mabuti pa yung grabe yung pressure defense, grabe yung double team na inaras, mawalan ka ng bola. But we've seen, I'd say half of those turnovers were unforced turnovers of just being a little careless and lacking in terms of communication.
That's a good point. Ani, mga bate ng UST. It is Teng Fortuna, Mariano, Abdul, and Bautista. 10 on the shot clock. Teng against Ravenna. Tries to get away. He does! Derek Teng with 8 points here in the first half.
And if you're Ateneo trying to figure out who in the world is beating you up and try to stop, ang dami. They've got a balanced scoring attack so far.
Another turnover. And you know that point that you made, TJ, that's one of the concerns of Coach Black even before the start of the season. Na maraming pwedeng pumutok dito sa UST. Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. We're back here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Mrs. Cory Vidanes joining us here. And, in front of a mammoth crowd. Itong Mall of Asia Arena writing its own chapters in sports history. This is the first time the finals, obviously, is held here in Pasay City. Is that Eric Salamat on your screens? I think
yes,
so.
It is.
Some other guy who's used to the finals too. PLDT My DSL Family Ties features the Medina family. PLDT My DSL now comes with free unlimited premium Wi-Fi until December 31. Visit www.wifizone.pltthome.com. Mariano. Nothing there. The lead is 8. TJ, is this a big number for Ateneo, giving up 31 points right now?
I'd say so. They're averaging, giving up only 65.4 points a ball game. They're the second best defensive team in the league. So they give up 31, still halfway to go in the second quarter. Malaki na yan.
All right. Now, since you mentioned that, maybe you guys can keep this in your back pocket for a while as Slaughter picks up some scraps there. Teka, tignan muna natin itong takbuhan ng UST. They send it out to Teng. Teng with a quick release. Wala. Tracking it down. And it ends up with Fortuna, who loses it to Elorde. Elorde against Abdul. Wise decision. They kick it out to Ravenna. Wow, what transition defense by UST. Yep. Our Globe prepaid goal lang go halfway point of the quarter. Ateneo a little ticky-tacky in terms of taking care of that ball. 4 on the shot clock. Johnson against Mariano. Johnson puts it up and in. 4:23 to play. Now, keep this in your back pocket since you talked about the numbers. Ateneo, since it entered the finals in 2001, they are 0-5 when they allow their opponents 80 or more points in the finals. So, titignan natin yan mamaya. Just keep it there as Abdul extends the lead to 8. I don't know why Aljon Mariano gambled on Juan Johnson earlier.
I know, just back it up. Back it up.
Ravenna, still nothing from the Phenom.
Wow, he is 0 for 5 today. Although he does have 3 rebounds and 3 assists to contribute to his team in other facets of the game. But of course, you need him to score.
Clear man deep cleanse with activated carbon deep cleanse for 0 dandruff. Ito naman ang Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap ng naiwanan si Wani Chongso. Fortuna from up top. No. Nagkatulakan. Bola ng Ateneo. 3:30 to play in the first half of game number 1. Boom Gonzalez, DJ Manotok, Selena Dagdag para sa Ateneo, Pina Marasigan for UST, Direct Alneri at the helm of this live and exclusive coverage dito po sa ABS-CBN. Johnson, short on the 3. Mariano leading the break. Mariano sidesteps against Salva.
What a move.
This is what I'm talking about. These two guys are so gifted offensively, but on defense, both of them are still not there
They're
and
still working on their defensive, especially the one-on-one defense.
Yeah.
Medyo help defense because of their size and athletic ability, nakakatulong sila. But look at this. In the open floor, crossover and back, and look at that dipsy do in midair.
10 points, 5 out of 8. Master winning move, control oil up to 8 hours, get that winning advantage from Master. And more often than not, pag medyo meron kang sampal na motion, more often than not, the referees will call that. As a foul is called on Aljon Mariano, that is his second. Sabi niya kanina, nanggigil siya dun sa game number 2 na antindi nung hype nung second round matchup nila, no? And that's why he didn't play well.
He was 3 out of 13 in that second round encounter. And he's got to be careful now. Second foul already. And Ateneo very well knows he's also one of the weakest defenders or weaker defenders on the floor for UST. So atakin ulit yan.
And he had the chance to win that game, by the way, if you remember, TJ, with that step-back 3.
Ah, yes.
The play was drawn for him.
Yes.
As you see, Kiefer Ravenna, 3 championships in the juniors, 2 Mythical 5 appearances in the juniors, 2 finals MVP.
Last year's Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Fortuna having trouble against Elorte. Under 3 minutes to play. And a foul by Nico Salva on the driving Aljon. Tabla na silang dalawa. They're on
2 fouls.
Yep. Equal footing. 13 fouls for the defending champions. 2:52 to play, I believe. Meron tayong Kit Kat break muna. Alamang ng siyam ang UST. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. The Tomasian community has come out here at the Mall of Asia Arena today, and so have the faithfuls from the 4-time defending champions, the Ateneo de Manila University. Ateneo, Salva and Slaughter, TJ, are 8 out of 12. The rest are 3 of 16. Remember him, Doug Kramer, with the winning basket in game number 1?
Yep.
2006, JC Atal, who missed that possible runner from game 3 in overtime. So they know how the UST crowd is. They've experienced it themselves.
And they badly want their alma mater to win this one. Exact revenge for them.
36-27. Yan po, pinakamalaking abante. Ay, sorry. 11 pala ang pinakamalaking abante ng UST kanina. Salva.
What a move. What a way to shift to the right hand. To use his left side of his body to give that protection from the attempt of the block from Abdul Karim.
Grabe yung offensive moves ni Mariano at ni Salva.
Left or right hand, they can finish at the basket.
Abdul with 9 to shoot. Abdul back to Teng, 5 to shoot. He forces that one that's off to the left.
And that play did not materialize for USC. The ball stayed on one side, was only held by 2 players. It did not swing to the other side.
Look at that. Clear men, high performance drive. Deep cleanse with activator carbon. Deep cleanse for 0 dandruff. Uy! Walang pumulot ng bola. So Ravenna tracks it down. Under 2 minutes to play. Nakasona ang UST. TJ.
Back to this 2-3 zone. We saw them show this earlier in the first quarter.
Ravenna thought about it. Drives in. Puts it up.
Wala pa rin. 0 for 6 or 0 for 7.
And they get the ball back. With 16 on their 24. Elorte. To Gonzaga. Gonzaga launches a 3. No. And Abdul comes away with his 5th rebound of the game. So it's still Fortuna with Clark Bautista flanking him. Nothing there. Elorte nagmamadali. Ibinigay kay Gonzaga. Nawala na naman ang bola para sa Ateneo.
A little too aggressive there for Nico Alorde. Should have heeded the call of Ravenna, who said slow it down a bit, and he was right behind him. If he spaced it out well, he could have had Ravenna finish at fast break on the left wing.
10 turnovers for the defending champions. Fortuna, nakawala! Di maitapos yung play. Under a minute to play. Gonzaga. Interesting. Salva with 15 first half points.
Wow. And yet, they're down by 7 points.
Yes. That's the most since 03 in the finals. Abdul playing point guard. Teng playing low post. Baliktad.
And so many times you've seen Ateneo's transition defense not pick up the man with the ball. Whether it's a guard, forward, or even at point of center, don't give them all day to find a receiver and make that pass for an easy layup.
38-29, the chant of defense mula sa UST. Gonzaga. Oh, nice move. With 4 seconds to play here in the first half. Jeric Teng, nagmamadali. A second to shoot. Almost for Jeric Teng. Jollibee, champ of the quarter. Aljon Mariano, Jollibee champ. Big burger goodness like no other. Style points, courtesy of Aljon Mariano's got 11 of UST's 38 points here in the first half. They lead by 7. Mariano is 5 out of 8 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 38-31, we are at halftime. Babalik po ang UAAP dito po sa ABS-CBN. Nasa halftime po tayo. Lamang ng 7. Itong UST 38-31. It's time for a Kit Kat break time analysis. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. The UST Tigers at the end of the first quarter, medyo bumitaw at saka na-maintain nila yung ganyang lamang. 7, pinakamalaking abante para sa kanila ay 11 points.
Exactly. We saw a 14-13 scoring run in that second quarter. So tapat-tapat nga. Pero yun nga, that 1 minute of that end of the first quarter spelled the difference so far para sa kalamangan ng UST. Pero breaking it down even further, boom, tignan mo naman yung depensa ng UST. They are holding down Ateneo, who is number 2 in the league, or number 1 in the league in terms of field goal shooting at 44%, down to 37%. Para naman sa kanila, they average around 38% field goal shooting. They are at 45%. Kanina pa nga, nasa 50s pa yan. May point pa, nasa 60s pa nga yan eh.
58.
58. They're just shooting so well from the field and playing very composed. Only 7 turnovers so far as compared to Ateneo, who has been to the finals the last 4 years, arguably with more experienced players. Sila pa yung nagkakaroon ng mga mental lapses with 10 turnovers already.
And the leading scorer, Nico Salva. The last time anybody scored 15 in the first half since 2003 was, ironically, Maki Escalona against UST in 2006 when they lost 76-74.
That's game 3.
That's right.
Overtime game.
In overtime, Maki Escalona scored 15 in the first half. Salva ties that today, while Mariano leads UST with 11 points. A little more balance here in the UST side. The big spotlight, or the big question mark actually, is Kiefer Ravenna, TJ.
Well, Kiefer Ravenna only with 2 points, 0 out of 5 from the field. He has helped out with a few rebounds and a few assists here and there, but that's not going to cut it for Ateneo. Not the way he has led his team to victories, especially in the second round. They need Kiefer to step up. They have to find ways to get him involved. Maybe a pick and roll with Greg Slaughter, drive and drop, things like that, to get both those guys more active.
We'll take a break and then we'll give you the third quarter of game number 1 of UST versus Ateneo. Babalik po ang UAAP Finals of Season 75. Dito po sa ABS-CBN. Mapapanood din in high definition on Balls HD Channel 167 and through the Filipino channel, TFC Pro para sa ating mga kapamilya all over the world. Now, going into this matchup prior to the start of game number 1, we had a lot of sides split as to how these two teams will fare against each other, but it is fair, though, to say that UST is the underdog, and they have embraced that role, TJ, knowing, of course, that Ateneo is a 4-time defending champion, but they've embraced it so well.
Exactly, and year after year, in the last few years, you've seen Ateneo romp away with titles, 4 straight, and you've seen UST with some up and down years after the year that they won the title 6, and then they weren't really able to prepare their next few years in terms of the recruitment and the transition phase. And Coach Pido has had to deal with the lineups he's had on hand as compared to Coach Norman Black. He's had some very consistent players.
Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina. One of the matchups that we want to focus on is Kiefer Ravena, Finals MVP twice. Kevin Ferrer, the UAAP Junior Season MVP and all-around offensive threat for UST, who has embraced his role as also a defensive stopper here in the seniors division.
And what a duel they had in the juniors, and it looks like it's something that could be starting again this year as we see both guys coming into this season. And these are their numbers in the juniors. Then Kiefer Ravena in that finals had 26.7 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists per game, almost 3 steals a game. Kevin Ferrer dipped down a bit to 19 points per game, 33% from the field, but he was the season MVP for that whole season in the juniors category.
Right, let's give you an update of our Gatorade Fuel Duel of the game. Fuel in battle with Gatorade, Kiefer Ravena, and Jeric Teng. Jeric Teng, very controlled game here today. Yung 2 points po ni Kiefer Ravena, mula lang sa free throw line yan. But Jeric Teng has gotten the better of that matchup, and also from a team's perspective, UST has gotten the better of the matchup against Ateneo. The bad news for UST, first half pa lamang.
Exactly. And remember, both those games that we saw them play this year in the first round and second round of the elimination, it was the third quarter run
magandang
that
point
did the winner for them. In the first game, it was UST 30-11 run in the third quarter.
13 points kay Aljon Mariano.
Exactly. In the second encounter, second round, it was Ateneo with a 22-10 run. Both had a double-digit spread in that third quarter to end up giving them enough cushion to survive a fourth quarter attack and win that game.
Now here's the thing. UST has always been a great finishing team, especially in the fourth quarter. We've seen it so many times in the season. But Ateneo, head by Coach Norman Black, has always been, or always had a reputation of making great adjustments at halftime. So something's got to give between the number 1 and number 2 teams of the UAAP Season 75. They start with Aljon Mariano, Karim Abdul, Kevin Ferrer, Fortuna, and Jeric Teng. Same starting 5. It is Coach Norman Black that changes his starting 5 here in the third quarter.
And he has inserted early on Ryan Buenafe, who did not start today, and I can sense that he's lacking the offensive support for Nico Salva. He wants to put another scorer on the floor for Ateneo.
The closest to Nico Salva, the 15 points, ngayon 17 na, is 5 by Wami Chongson.
And you know, Wami's not really a scoring, offensive-minded player in terms of scoring. He takes his shots when the shot clock is winding down.
Oh, an outside shot by Abdul. Coach Pido very mad at that attempt. Wow. 5 lang to, Salva inside to Slaughter. Mukhang hinawakan ni Abdul. Kaya hindi naabot ni Greg Slaughter. Sayang dahil nakuha sana ni Kevin Ferrer. Ito muna, yung galaw ni Nico Salva from Wami Chongson. Perfect combination. Pure Food Standard Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog.
Nice adjustment there by Ateneo to put Salva at the free throw line to attack this 2-3 zone.
Chongson from the corner gets it to go. As I said, 52% from beyond the arc. That is his second triple of the game. And just like that, Ateneo's behind by 2. Nagising itong crowd ng Ateneo sa kabilang side. The block from behind. Let's look at this play. All day to shoot. A great 3 from Great Taste 3 and 1.
Good slip there by Wami Chongson, spacing it out on the weak side, not allowing UST's zone defense to see where he was.
Russel naman, shot blocking kanina nakita natin kay Kiefer Ravena with 50% more lasting protection spray on the confidence. A foul by Ferrer. Masakit yan dahil pangatlo. Let's look at that move again. Yung sundot sa likod. Nakita mo ba, TJ? Kung may foul na, McDonald's instant replay. Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for McDelivery. Ateneo working on a little momentum here. They're trying to get the fourth personal foul of Ferrer as they go to Buenafe underneath. Inusog lang ni Buenafe. At ganun-ganun lang. First 2 points to Buenafe. Tabla tayo. 38 all. Down from 11 points as we check in with Selena Dagdag.
Continue to live by the belief that the key to playing a better second half is to adjust. And to adjust they did. Sa dugout kanina, pinaalala ng coaching staff sa team that they should not be hesitating on offense. Defense-wise, Coach Norman wants to see the boys step it up and run faster. Back to you, Boom and TJ.
Thank you very much, Selena. And just like that, a report brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. 40-38. 9-0 run. 9-0 run in the last 2:35.
And we told you, watch out for the third quarter run by either squad.
The UST crowd is a little silent right now. Fortuna trying to make some noise. No, the execution has been spotty here in the third for UST. Nag-iba, no?
Yep. And interestingly, Coach Pido has not pulled anyone to replace Kevin Ferrer, who has 3 fouls.
Ravena looking to attack. Salva from 19. And again, offensive rebound by Ateneo. Getting second opportunities here. Slaughter. Ravena. First field goal of the game for keeper Ravena, and a 12-0 run to give Ateneo a 5-point lead. Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. 12-0 run, capped off by the guy that these kids are rooting for, keeper Ravena, for his first field goal of the game. From 38-31, it is now 43-38. 5 offensive rebounds by Ateneo in the third, 5 second chance points, and then a timeout finally by Coach Pido Arencio, and they pull out Kevin Ferrer. Ipinasok at ibinalik etong si Tata Bautista. Abdul with the fake and the foul by Greg Slaughter.
And that's going to be only the first foul on Greg Slaughter today. He's had extended minutes. He's seen the floor. He's challenged shots inside, taken care of his fouls.
Yakisobrang move by Buenafe, brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap. Everybody getting into the action now. Buenafe, Chongson kanina, Ravena, and still no point for UST in the third. 3-point shot brought to you by Great Taste 3-in-1. And still no points for UST here in the third. They have gone cold in the first almost 4 minutes of this game. Tina Marasigan, ano pa nangyari?
The mindset of the team now revolves in the thought that the two teams are starting the second half in 0-0. Coach wants to see more intensity from his boys as he sees that Ateneo is starting to pressure them. He gave Aljan a very important assignment of setting up good screens for Jeric Fortuna. They were able to start the game strong, but Coach Pido was shouting his heart out. We want to finish stronger. Boom and TJ.
Maraming salamat, Tina. Unfortunately, wala pa kayong naipupukol dito sa third. Report brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. Life just got better. Development here. Third personal foul by Abdul. The 6th offensive rebound by Ateneo in the quarter.
In the quarter alone, huh? Yep. And their bigs are in trouble in terms of fouls. Abdul with 3, Ferrer with 3, and Mariano with 2 already.
Under 6 minutes to play. Ateneo's now starting to get into the offensive groove. Crossover move! Wala! And a foul? Oh no! Mariano loses the ball.
So he was bumped in the air with that challenge by Buenafe for that offensive rebound.
5 points, ang pinakamalaking abante ng Ateneo. Johnson comes out of the staggered screen. Salva has been the hot hand. 10 turnovers nga ang naging problema ng Ateneo noong first half. Eto na naman! Up and under!
And you wonder though, You'd want Abdul to play good help defense there pag nakawala si Salva kay Mariano, but he was nowhere near to challenge that shot.
21 points for Nico Salva. UST under the gun here in the third. Teng nowhere to go. Mariano, wala. Mariano sends it out to Fortuna. Still nothing from UST in the third quarter. Bautista still doesn't change that.
Wow. 5 minutes scoreless for UST.
0 out of 6 from the field as we hit our Globe prepaid. Go lang ng go, halfway point of the quarter. A complete turnaround from the second quarter to the third. Ravenna posting up Tata Bautista, too easy.
And again, no help defense. But at that point, you want to credit as well the weak side movement of Salva and Slaughter, not allowing their big men defenders to help out at the post, where Ravenna just simply got away.
DJ, this is a 16-0 run.
I did say watch out for a run.
Yes.
I didn't expect anything like this, though.
In game number 1, the double team and a foul by Ravenna. Second team foul as we look at this Owishi. Oh wow, open up to everyday surprises. An up and under move by Nico Salva. And a timeout will be called here at the 4:18 mark. Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Traps Kuan in attendance here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Out of the crowd that we have for game number 1 are the finals between Ateneo and UST. UST with the first half that they could have asked for. First half that they could have started with. Then their lead going up to 11, 38-31. I did say prior to the start of the third quarter, TJ, the bad news for them is that first half lamang yun. As we look at our close to 21,000 in attendance here at the Mall of Asia Arena. 26-86 for game number 1. UST has still no field goal here in the third quarter.
No points. Kahit na merong free throw opportunities kanina si Karim Abdul. He was 0 for 2.
Sorry folks, that's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Yep.
Wala. It's a 16-0 run. What has happened,
Well,
DJ?
I think eto na, medyo kumakagat na sa kanila yung championship composure or lack thereof in this moment wherein you've got this huge Ateneo crowd up on their feet, loud, crazy. The momentum with the side of Ateneo, it's just a different emotion compared to the regular season games, the elimination round games. And when you get to this level of the championship and you're under the gun, under a 60-0 run.
Something they've never experienced as a group. As we see another offensive rebound, DJ, that's been killing them here in the third quarter. BPI Auto Loan, awesome rebound. Apply for BPI Family Auto Loan at bpiloans.com today. So, scoreless third quarter. Since 2003, TJ, the lowest third quarter score in a finals game belonged to FEU. 8 points. That's in 2004 when they won. They still won that game, by the way, against DLSU. You know, with Arwin Santos and company. Ngayon, scoreless pa rin. Is it a product of that adjustment as you look at JC and Tal? A product of the adjustment of Coach Norman Black, or did UST just go cold?
A bit. Remember, when we saw Ryan Buenafe start the third quarter, we said, oh, they wanted to add scorers. Bigla naging legitimate 4 na scorer ng Ateneo on the floor. And that may have affected the defensive presence of UST. They have to stay home.
Oh, and a turnover. And the ball stays with UST though.
Ibang-iba yun kapag meron kang 3 scorer on the floor. At least you have 2 guys on the defensive side that can cheat and help out defensively. But when you have 4 scorers you're looking out for, it's so much harder to play help defense.
Ferrer against Salva. Ferrer puts it on the floor. First field goal for UST.
And that time around, better spacing for UST. Nakahanap ng block si Ferrer at nakatalikod si Slaughter nung drive si Ferrer.
Napasa 8. Ang abante na Ateneo. Ravenna for another 3. That's way short. But he tracks down his own miss and sends it out to Chongson. Salva for 3. Gets it to go. This zone has not worked here in the third quarter, obviously.
No, it has not for UST.
The drop pass to Be. fouled from behind by Slaughter. Whoa.
Look at that.
Was that Ravenna?
That was Ravenna.
From the free throw line? Oh, wait, let's look at this spectacular drive by Ferrer. Somebody run to the basket. We know because we run. I was talking to the coaching staff of UST prior to the game, and they really want to see Ferrer do that more, not just settle for three-point shots. In the meantime, that was Nico Salva with his second triple of the season. Another great three, so great pace 3 and 1. He is 1 out of 2 coming into this game. So obviously, he doesn't shoot a lot from that area.
Going back to your point about Ferrer, number one, he's matched up with, you know, one of the, well, not the top defenders, but Nico Salva. And he can attack his defense from the perimeter. Number two, he's 6'4" and he can move like a 6'1" guard. Dalawang dribble lang yan na mahabang strides. 3 long strides from the 3-point area. He's at the basket.
Like his idol, Kevin Durant. Ganun din. Kahaba ng galabay. And now he's going to shadow Ravenna. This is the matchup that we were talking about. Under 3 minutes.
Box in 1 too. It looks like a box in 1.
Hopping to Chua. Nothing there. Here come the Tigers. Down 9. They were up 11 earlier. Ferrer. Teng for 3. That's short. Kitang-kita ni Buenafe yung mangyayari. Uy! Ferrer, 4 points here in this game. Alam mo yung sinasabi mo lagi, DJ, if you're going to save the ball, not
under the basket. Throw it way out to the perimeter, not under the basket of your opponent.
Ravenna, nakawala.
Oh, what a pass.
Libre. Sabi ng mga coaches, help the helper. Walang nangyari doon, para sa UST.
Interesting, quick adjustment defensively for UST. Box in 1. Because it's the only key for Ravenna on the floor. Walang Salva, walang Slaughter.
Oh, ilalim! Paulo Pe! Binaybay pa. Nakita ni Jeric Teng, who has been working on his low post moves towards the end of the season. Ito yung PS Bank maasahan. Assist isang tulog lang. May bahay ka na with PS Bank Home Loan with Prime Rebate.
That's what they lacked in the first half. Kulang sila yung mga drive and drop situation. And Ateneo finally found their rhythm, found their confidence, and better spacing as well. When you have better spacing, you can attack more.
That's Kareem Abdul on the bench.
He got 3 fouls.
Yep. And staring right now at A. They're going to give him another free throw?
No. It's violation on Teng. It came from the top.
So it's still 9. 2:06 remaining. Kit Kat best break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. So the comeback Cats, as they were dubbed this season, will have to do it again
if they want to eke this win out in game 1.
The show on Ravenna. Ferrer recovers. Ravenna with a spin.
Oh, what a move.
That 3-point shot got him going.
Yep. And talk about the balance he was able to keep on that spin move and then releasing it sideways.
Teng again on the low post. Trying to work on Ravenna. A foul called on the Phenom, so free throws. The biggest lead for UST, 11. Ravenna gives the biggest lead to Ateneo right now at 11. A series of moves to eventually get that Merrill getaway move. Merrill getaway to advance. I talked to him prior to the finals, and I asked him if he was excited to get his second finals appearance going, and he said, steady lang. The difference between here, this year, and last year was that he knows how to handle Daliymotion. This year, he doesn't want to be too high or too low. He just wants to approach this game on an even keel.
As much as possible, if you're a player, you're a coach involved in a championship series, you want to treat it one game at a time and like it's an ordinary game. But an ordinary game that you want to win badly. Hindi yung pwede na kasi marami namang games sa regular season. Hindi yung tipong ganun.
Little press by UST. The lead is 9 for Ateneo. Buenafe against Teng. He gives up the dribble. 10 to shoot. Ravenna asking for it against a smaller Jeric Fortuna. Double team on keeper. Drops it off to Chua. Chua forces that one and it's still good.
What a move. Quality points off the bench for Russel Chua with 7 points right now.
Teng goes back to the low post. The fake. And a bang in the bucket for Jeric Teng. Kinakayod yung mga puntos dito ng UST. And it is Jeric Teng who is trying to lead them back. 14 points for him. PS Bank, strong power move. Isang tulog lang, may bahay ka na with PS Bank Home Loan with prime rebate.
Good adjustment by Coach Pido Horencio now on the offensive end. No Greg Slaughter. No Nico Salva.
All right.
So they're attacking the inside more. They're attacking the post with their bigger guards or forwards to an advantage against their defenders.
And again, like I said, during the shoot around, Jarek Teng was working on his low post moves. Ravenna asking for it, doesn't get it. They put a smaller Fortuna on him. Why do you think, PJ?
Well, maiba naman, he's not naman taking outside shots anymore, making them. He hit one three-pointer earlier, but it was the speed that he is using to get away from Ferrer. So maybe a faster guard could stay in front of him most of the time.
But what he's doing now is sacking him down and drawing the foul. The lead is 8.
Well, there was one thing that Ravenna cannot probably get away with against Fortuna face-up. It's that crossover dribble. Harap-harapan.
That is Camille Ko, our Silverworks Sportside Charmer. Silverworks adds personality to her unique fashion sense. Silverworks live to play. 46 seconds ang nalalabi sa ating pangatlong yugto. Dito po sa game number 1 ng finals. UST versus Ateneo. Para dun po sa kakapanood po lamang, kaka-tune in po lamang dito sa ABS-CBN. Bumulusok itong Ateneo dito sa third quarter, which has been the quarter to watch between these two teams. At nagka-establish ng 11-point lead. Ngayon, it's 10 with 37 seconds remaining. Ferrer attacks again.
Oh, what a
6 points for Kevin Ferrer.
He had to jump over the back of his own teammate, Paulo Pea, with his back turned to him. But again, UST consistently attacking the paint without Greg Slaughter in for Ateneo.
And the fourth personal foul on Kevin Ferrer.
And you can argue it's a useless foul all the way in the perimeter.
PS Bank strong power move. Bataan muna natin yan. Sa tulog lang. May bayad ka na with PS Bank Home Loan with prime rebate. Yun yung sugal ngayon. If Kevin Ferrer draws that foul,
he just scored. It was 11 points a game with the team display.
Yun ang sugal. As a Lord, they'll go to the line. 20 seconds remaining dito sa ating third quarter.
And Coach Pidor doesn't want to take him out. So it's their last possession offensively. At least it's not a defensive setup for them, but still.
Remember, no Melo Afuang today for UST in the UST hospital. Kung nanonood ka, Melo, pagaling ka. He's watching right now. Let's look at Chris Q, who was part of the 06 team.
Yes.
That also, am I correct? Yes, right?
Yes, he was there.
Because I remember looking at him slumping on the bench.
If it wasn't his first year, it may have been his second year.
61-51, 9 seconds remaining. Mariano was asking for it. Fortuna fades away. No! Almost, but not quite with 2.4 seconds remaining.
I can count about 4 shots of UST in this third quarter. Layups, na nandun na. Linuluwa lang.
What are they going to run here? Talking about UST. Ferrer comes out. Ferrer shoots a 3. Overshot. Mariano!
Oh, they're going to have to look at this one. It has a chance. It has a chance to count. They're going to look at this one. Hindi na binaba ni Mariano eh. It was an alley-oop follow-up in midair.
So it's 61-51.
Oh, very close.
Oh, man. Here we go again.
It's one of those. It's one of those.
Well, there's no point in hurrying it. As I always say,
yes.
Look at every single possible angle. We're all going to wait for the referee, so it's fine. They're going to take their time in reviewing this one.
And not even do it during the quarter break.
Tignan muna natin ating Jollibee champ of the quarter. Jollibee champ, big burger goodness like no other. Nico Salva with 24 points, including a money ball here in the third quarter. A 3 to go along with his 24 points. Right now, unofficially, it is a 10-point lead. Let's look at it again.
You gotta look at the red lights on the board. If when he releases it, wala pang ilaw dun. Ayun. Ball on hand, 0-0. Okay,
so that's Ateneo.
There we go.
Ateneo with a 10-point lead. They're the ones now who shoot 58% in the third quarter. UST, 4 of 14. Can they come back? Will they come back? We'll find out together sa aming pagbabalik dito sa ABS-CBN. back here at ABS-CBN for the game between Ateneo and UST. Yung pang ating quarter scoring brought to you by the new KFC Mac and Cheese. Fight the boredom. Naka-score po si Aljon Mariano at the start of the fourth.
There you go, 30 to 13 run boom by Ateneo.
Wow.
Almost identical to UST's 30-11 run in the first round when UST beat them.
Sabi nga natin, 58% ang shooting na Ateneo ng third quarter. Malaking bagay na nag-4 personal fouls din si Abdul, ano?
That's right, that's right.
Oy, nagawan! Pero nakuha ni Ferrer. At na-foul ni Tonino Gonzaga. So, isusugal ni Coach Pido si Kevin Ferrer, who's got 4 personal fouls.
And Karim
Abdul here at the start of the fourth quarter. Papasok na po si Karim. Lalabas muna si Paolo Pe. Tignan muna natin itong setup job ni Tonino Gonzaga to Nico Salva. Perfect combination. Pure Foods Tender, Juicy Chicken Cheese Hot Dog. 26 points for Salva. Mariano, top of the circle three, gets it to go!
Boy, did they need that badly.
Punta natin si Tina Marasigan. Tina, your team down by 7 na lamang.
Yes, you know what, Boom and TJ, before this season started, I personally asked Derek Deng as to what are his fears for this season, and he answered anything less than the championship. Now we can see that little by little he is trying to motivate his team by his offense productivity. Kevin and Karim are both wary about their fouls, but this won't stop them in setting up their defense strategy, especially against Slaughter and Ravenna. Linya ni Coach, kung 19 points niya, nahabol natin, yan pa, Boom and TJ.
Yun nga. Eto pa! The bang in the bucket! Jerick Deng! Thanks, Tina, for the report brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 Life. Just got better. Nabuhay po itong crowd dito sa UST sa likod natin, TJ, on Aljon Mariano and Jerick Deng's three-point play opportunities, rising the defense for three-man high-performance side. Three-man defense with activated foul ball defense for zero dandruff.
And the presence of mind of Jerick Deng. Hindi pa nakaset up yung depensa ng Ateneo. Nakatalikod sa kanya yung mga big man ng Ateneo, specifically Greg Slaughter. Inatake niya kagad, got the bump, and finish all the way to the basket for a three-point play opportunity, but missing the free throw.
So, 5 ang abante, 63-58. Abdul inagaw and runs out of space. As you look at our 5 on the floor, and Wami Johnson will come back. Kiefer Ravenna, Salva, Slaughter, Buenafe. Probably the most potent 5 for Coach Robin Black. Deng today, 17 points on 7 out of 13 from the field. Bautista on Ravenna, the double team. Naagawan si Ravenna, bumalik kay Salva. Salva from 19, wala. And Mariano. Deng namumuna pero hindi nakita ni Fortuna. Ibina to kay Bautista for 3, no! Mariano nasa ilalim. A fake. And a foul by Greg Slaughter.
Nabuena sila dun with an offensive rebound. You don't normally want to take a three-point shot on a fast break when you have the numbers. It was a 4-on-3 break. But the bigger break is they got Greg Slaughter's 4th personal foul with 8 minutes to go.
13 foul for Ateneo. Speaking of, let's go to Selena Dagdag.
In the huddle earlier, Coach Norman encourages the boys to eradicate all possibility of turnovers by going for the rebounds and taking care of their ball possessions. Pinaalala rin ng coaching staff sa team kanina na dapat mas efficient sila sa pag-set up ng screens nila. The final words of the white shirts in their huddle, a few minutes left, guys. Let's play defense. Let's shut them down. Back to you, Boom and TJ.
It's the opposite that's happening, unfortunately, Selena. At 8 minutes to play, they force a turnover. That report brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 Life. Just got better. The comeback Pats are at it again. 9-2 run here in the fourth quarter. Love ng barkada, moment of the game brought to you by Chippy. Love namin talaga. Mariano to Deng. Mariano asking for a repost against Salva. He gets it with 8 to shoot. Mariano steps back. Bang! Wow. That's the shot he did not make in the second round. And just like that, UST is within whispering distance. A chance of goal was there all throughout the break of the quarters or the timeout earlier. This one, Yakisobrang move brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Yakisobrang sarap. Caps off an 11-2 run TJ, UST shooting all of a sudden 67% here in the fourth after being frozen in the third. They thawed out completely here in the fourth at mukhang magpapatuloy pa. Ravenna though picks up the loose ball.
And boy, did they take advantage of the few minutes that Salva and Scotland were on the bench.
Ateneo's beginning to miss. They're shooting 23%.
Oh, look out.
Abdul Maratema! And the lead goes to the UST Growling Tigers on a 13-2 run.
And what a way to get the lead. Talk about catching Ateneo napping, falling asleep on slow transition defense there.
64-63. Buenafe drives, draws, dishes. And again, nagpapatuloy ang career game, ang personal best nitong si Nico Salva, 28 points. What a game for him.
And you thought last year's finals performance was awesome.
Mariano, aatake. Wala. Lamang ang Ateneo ng isa. A lot of basketball to play. Well, my question was, can UST come back? Will UST come back? The answer, an emphatic yes. 6 minutes to play as Buenafe crashes Jerick Teng's defense.
There was just no movement offensively, but it was just an individual will by Buenafe to take a big shot there with 5:45 to go.
Well, you mentioned at the start of the coverage, TJ, yung mga taong mahilig maglaro sa mga ganitong pagkakataon. 4 points lamang si Ryan Buenafe. Stepping. So back-to-back unproductive thrust from UST after the timeout. Ito yung natulog yung depensa ng Ateneo. An ultra-fast play from the new Tattoo U-Stick. Live without limits. Kevin Ferrer is back in the game now. Thompson, back to Buenafe. They like this matchup, talking about Ateneo. Nalibre na naman si Salva. Fortuna tracks down the loose ball. Fortuna dire-diretso. He had Jerick there on his left side.
He did. And he opted to go all the way.
Ito muna yung galaw kanina. And the setup job, Nico Salva, perfect combination, to extend the juicy chicken cheese hot dog. So, the last 4 points of Ateneo were all Ryan Buenafe points. The assist and then the jumper.
Right. And for UST, that assist, long assist to Abdul running was from Fortuna, who had the court vision to attack when there was no fast break technically available because it was a slow break. And this time around, he took charge and took it all the way to the basket. So, ito na yung binabagid natin kanina mga X-factors kind of rising up now and being more aggressive.
Fortuna. Not a great game so far. 4 points, 4 rebounds, but good enough to cut the lead down to 2. Ateneo breaks that press. Cuts the shot clock down to 12 on their 24. Ravenna against Ferrer. 7 on the 24. Ravenna kicks it out to Chongson. Chongson drives, draws, Chua.
Justin Chua has been solid today. I mean, that's the confidence of Coach Norman to put him in to give Slaughter, who has 4 fouls, a bit of a spell on the bench.
Here's my question, TJ, as we hit the Globe prepaid goal lang and go halfway point of the quarter. Why did UST go back to the zone on that sequence when it wasn't working for them in the third quarter?
Well, wala na nga si Greg Slaughter all the more. Now, they don't need to tighten down that paint anymore, but I guess they're still wary of the penetrations of Ateneo, the penetrations of the drive and drop situation.
I was going to ask, as we look at this Enervon Stodo Energy play of the game, Energive, Energuard, Enervon, yun ba ay dahil para matulungan si Ferrer at si Abdul, who both have 4 personal fouls?
Could be as well to help them out defensively na kapag one-on-one yan, baka mapulot pa yung kanilang disqualifying foul.
Abdul today, 9 points, 7 rebounds, and it stays there. Lead is an odd 3-point lead para sa defending champions. 4:36 to play. Salva continues to shine here. 30 na po ang iniaambag nitong si Nico Salva. Mariano against a smaller Chongson. Ibinato kay Ferrer. That's a foul. Magkakampi rin yan sa youth team, by the way, after si Ravenna at saka si Ferrer.
And that's the fourth foul
On Ravenna.
Keith Ravenna as well. So we've got some interesting foul trouble situations on both sides. Slaughter, Ravenna with 4, Abdul and Ferrer with 4.
That's clear on our McDonald's Instant Replay. Overwhelm your senses with the new McDonald's Big and Tasty. Dial 86236 for Mac Delivery.
Going back to UST zone, I mean, they're also going back to what they did in their first round encounter, where the zone really worked and helped them beat Ateneo. But I think it's got to be tighter. They're extending too much in the perimeter. Bumubuka yung gitna, and that's where they're getting attacked. Nico Salvas attacked them time and again from that free throw line.
Salva has been unconscious today. Ravenna with 4 personal fouls against Jeric Fortuna. Salva asking for it. Coming up the 4-minute mark of our fourth quarter. Mariano, double team on Salva. 5 on the shot clock. Buenafe getting the pick. Back to Chua. Chua with 1 to shoot. Maagawan! Jeric Teng against Ravenna. Teng puts it up and in! Maugat dahil alam niya 4 na yung foul ni Ravenna.
Did not hesitate whatsoever to go straight at Ravenna. And Ravenna, being aware he's got 4 fouls, hindi na niya hinampas. He just had a hand up there and jumped straight up.
71-70. As Buenafe is a goaltending na naman si Karim Abdul. Let's look at this first. Globe Team Stealer. Steal is seen and share Globe's prepaid social 20, which led to the side-stepping move by Jeric Teng. Balik na si Slaughter, 4 fouls for Greg Slaughter. 73-70. Mariano, single coverage. Mariano, kinayod. Oy, jump ball. And possession arrow
is facing Ateneo.
Salva today, 30 points. Only 3rd player, TJ, to reach 30 points in a finals game since 2002. Both were Ateneans, so tatlo na. Tenorio, 30 points. Al Husseini with 31 in 2008. But will they come out with a win? Buenafe for the big shot! Wow. Oh, wow. What a rally killer by the guy who's so used to coming up big at crunch time. Look at this. Swish goodbye. Switch to swish. Alcohol-free mouthwash. It's all good. And yes, that is a 3.
From the guy who only shoots 17.6% from beyond the arc. That's not about the numbers you keep saying, Goo.
Yep. And that's exactly where he was at 2 years ago in the finals, 17%.
When he hit those big ones.
Yep. That
for the
big
win.
one, that one last one that really gave them the championship. Mariano, umikot, bumihit. 3-point play opportunity for Aljon Mariano.
What patience. What composure by Mariano with traffic in the paint. I guess kahit paano naalala niya, 4 fouls naman itong si Slaughter. Baka sakali, pumayap defense at mapulot ko pa yun.
Look at this. Not dribbling right away, assessing the situation, and then getting the bang. Saucony run to the basket, we know because we run. What a game by both teams. Here in the fourth quarter especially. 77-72.
22 big points now for Mariano. Add to that 11 rebounds and 4 assists.
TJ, nabanggit natin yung matchup ni Salva at Mariano. Ayan na nga.
Yep.
Shaping up. 5-point lead. Ravenna playing with 4 personal fouls against Jeric Fortuna. Ravenna attacks. Puts it up. Nothing there. Forward pass to Ferrer. Doesn't force it. Teng, thought about the 3. Umatake. Ganda nung atake niya, pero sumobra.
He could have dropped off to Abdul, who was wide open on his right side.
Trying to draw, no, the foul.
To get the 5th foul of Greg Slaughter.
Ferrer also playing with 4 personals here. The man of the moment here, nakilangan lambat na yan, ay si Ryan Buenafe.
No movement from Ateneo.
None at all. None at all. 2-minute mark. Brought to you by PS Bank. Sa tulog lang, may bahay ka lang with PS Bank Home Loan with Prime Rebate, who will bring his team a championship this UAAP Season 75. Watch out for the 2012 PS Bank Maasahan Finals MVP winner. They will receive 30,000 pesos in cash. The deposit from PS Bank. Simple lang, maasahan. Turnover ba, TJ?
Yep.
Oo.
And Coach Pido was clamoring for a foul. Nasundot daw mula sa likod na may hampas. But the foul is called on Mariano. That's his third foul.
Balik si Tata Bautista for Kevin Ferrer on defense. They don't want to risk Kevin. The lead is still 5. Lumamang na ng 1 point ang UST kanina, no?
That's right.
Sumagot din ng Ateneo.
Oh, what a move! And what a lucky bounce!
10 points for Wami Chongson. And a 3-possession lead with a minute and 35 remaining here. Back here at the Mall of Asia Arena. A little less than 21,000 strong. Here, from both sides, Ateneo and UST. Oh, dito pala si Tenorio. As we said, he was one of those scorers who had a 30-point output. 1 of 3. That includes Raba Aluseni, Tenorio, and now Nico Salva with 30. 1:35 remaining. 1 timeout for both teams left, TJ. 7 ang kalamangan ng Ateneo. Biglang tumira. Ito si Fortuna ng 3. He gets the ball back. Teng swishes it to Bautista for 3. Wala pa rin!
They got the shots they wanted, Boom. They got good looks. A good one for Fortuna from the pick and roll quickly, and then on the swing for Bautista.
Oh, Wami nakawala!
Oh! Oh, man.
Circus shot by Wami Chongson to give them a 9-point lead. 10 for 3. Off the glass. You'll take that because this is down to 6 with 63 seconds remaining. UST is 4 of 18 from the 3-point area, TJ. Chongson has to cross. They give it to Buenafe with under a minute to play and 13 sa kanilang 24-second shot clock.
No need for USC to foul yet.
Correct.
Especially with the shot clock down to 7.
Buenafe for 3. Kapos yan. Big possession for UST coming up, TJ. Might determine the outcome of the game. So why not call a timeout? Coach Pido calls a timeout. He'll bring back Kevin Ferrer. Will take a break. Back in a moment. Kanina nakita natin medyo nagdadasal at still hoping for something here for UST. Jervy Cruz, Emerson Oreta, Dylan Ababu all in attendance. Bola ng UST. Teng for 3. Gets it to go!
This is not yet over.
Back-to-back triple.
And with 36 seconds to go, it's still a 2-possession game.
Babalik pa sa kanilang bola.
Look out!
Ravena. Fouled by Abdul. That's it for him, though.
And UST not getting the penalty. That's only their 3rd team foul. They did not need to foul because there was 35 seconds to go and only 1 possession game.
Look at this. Jarek Teng with a cold-blooded 3, averaging 38% from that area. 2 triples here in the last couple of minutes to tow his team to within 3. Ito yung sundot ni Karip. Uy! What do you think, TJ? Looked like he got ball.
And the crowd here not liking the call.
That's a guy who hates it the most. It's Pido Arencio. You know, Kiva Ravena is a great seller of a call. We've said that many times. But we have to see that again, regardless. In the meantime,
they still don't have to foul. They still don't have to foul. 7-second differential. They need to force it to a miss.
81-78. 5 under 24. Ravena shoots. Gets it to go for the long 2. Walang ibang humawak ng bola. Titira na 3 sa UST. Wala. 2 seconds to shoot for UST. And Ateneo. Ano ba ang nangyari? May foul. A referee called the foul at the end of the game.
They have to check if it was still within the time left. Coach Pidorencio right at the referee's face here. And there's no security. There's no security keeping him away.
Boy, what an ending here. Oh, wait, let's talk about first Jeric Teng with those back-to-back threes. Si Mariano, nag-cramps na rin dito, is on the floor. But what about that shot by keeper Ravena?
That was huge. That was huge. He called for a pick and roll, milked the clock for as much as he could, and took the shot at the right time.
Didn't even give up the ball.
Didn't give up the ball. He had Salva on a pick and fade. He was kind of open. Look at this. Here it was. Good screen by Salva. Mariano came out to help. So Salva was open.
Yep. He rises, he reigns, he trains. And that is our Del Monte fit and right step-up play of the game. It's time to step up with a new fit and right orange. There's a little commotion here as Coach Pido continues to holler at the referees as the referees are escorted out of the playing floor. 83-78. We will be back with a press conference. 83-78 here at the end of this game. That is the separation. Both teams had their own runs. Both teams went up by as much as 11 points. Execution was key for both teams here in the fourth quarter. A run to come back at UST in the fourth. Let's look at that last play, TJ, mamaya. Kasi may inaangal si Coach Pido doon sa
should have
dulo.
been time left. Taking a three, as he said.
May nakita kasi tayong senyas yung referee.
Yeah, there was I think we're going to look at a replay as well. So here's Buenafe biting the fake. Jeric Teng draws contact.
Tumawag ng foul yung referee.
But that's a tight angle, so we don't know what clock was left.
Yes.
So we need a wide angle, but this is to show you that there's a contact. There is. Buenafe was jumping into his space. Jeric jumps. Parang umiiwas pa nga ng konti. He tried to jump straight, but he had to jump a little to his left.
And we saw the referee.
There you go, in the corner, calls the foul. But what we don't see is a wide shot if there was still time on the clock when that contact happened. If there was, let's say, there's 1 second. You could hit 2 free throws, miss the third one.
Ito, here. This is the one.
There's
this is
clock.
the angle that you're asking for.
So 0.8, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, well, either 0.1 or 0. Probably 0.05 kung meron man. Okay, 0.05 kung meron man.
And so that's what Coach Pido wanted.
And you can even give 3 free throws with 0 time remaining.
Yes, of course.
I mean, it won't do much in terms of the outcome of the game. They're down by 5, but if you just want to follow the rules and the integrity of the rules, you give them 3 free throws.
Alright, so post-game awards first after game number 1 dito po sa ating laban ng UST at Ateneo dito sa ABS-CBN. Pakita natin at ibigay sa inyo ang Jollibee champ of the game. There's no doubt about it in terms of who it is from the winning team. Ateneo, I mean, Nico Salva, just spectacular today at 13 out of 23, 5 rebounds, and a 30-point performance. Again, on his last year here for Ateneo, going for his 5th championship, TJ.
Hard to describe. You're at a loss for words for this phenomenal performance. 30 points, 13 to 23, that's about 57% from the floor. And it's not like that's the only thing he did. He also grabbed, a whole bunch of rebounds, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He helped so much with the leadership factor as well. He's not a 5-year veteran with 4 rings for no reason.
Now backed up ably by Ravena's 13, Wami Chongson's 12. As we give you our RCBC game-changing player, RCBC Savings Bank My Loans make that life-changing move. 5 out of 9 from the field. A couple of big threes for Wami Chongson. And a spectacular under-goal stab to end, to give him his 12 points.
The last 2 drives in the last 2 minutes were huge.
Nung naghahabol ng UST.
Yes, to keep UST at bay.
So he is our game-changing player of the game, brought to you by RCBC. Game number 1 goes to Ateneo here in the 75th season of the UAAP Finals. And I believe we have Coach Norman Black with us as we go to the press room. Coach Norman Black and again Nico Salva. Coach Norman Black, you're in the same position once again. Back in 2006, You won a very tight ball game, a tighter ball game. You won the first, lost the two. Don't want to bring that up, but your thoughts on this this game?
Well, the game in 2006 was a long time ago, Boone, so we'll just focus on today. I thought the first half of the game we got some good looks at the basket, but we just didn't have very much confidence in our shots. We missed a lot of easy shots. In the second half, we decided to really just bang the ball inside like we've been doing the entire year. We thought we had some good matchups against Abdul, with Greg, against the smaller players with Tata Bautista and also Jarek Ting. So it really worked to our favor to go into the post and try to work from the post or inside and out.
Well, Nico, you have a career game today, 30 points, 13 of 23 from the floor. Only two other Ateneans have done this in the finals, El Tenorio and Bawal. Talk about your performance today and how on earth did you amass this amount, considering how tight the defense of UST was. They tried to play zone as much as they could to clog the paint as well to give you a hard time.
I just want to win, TJ, so I just gave it my all. I told myself before the game that I'll do everything I can for us to win. And it also helps that I have teammates like Ryan, Kiefer, and Greg, so they don't only focus on me, they have to pay attention to them, so that opens the lane for me as well.
All right, Nico, I want to ask you one last thing. Help us out here. Tell us what kind of magic happens in the locker room at the halftime. You know, time and again, we've seen Ateneo make some amazing third-quarter runs. Today, you had a 13-3 third-quarter run that obviously gave you enough cushion to help you off with that rally of USC in the fourth quarter. What did Coach Norman say at the half to wake you guys up and come out of the gates really hot on fire?
He just told us to stick to the system and not be intimidated by Abdul. He told us not to change our shot, just to go straight to the hoop and play Ateneo basketball.
Which obviously has produced 4 titles for Coach Norman Black. Coach Norman, just one last thing. You made the adjustment in the third, you made that big run, but UST made that run also in the fourth quarter. I'm sure you expected that. What allowed them to make that run to actually get a 1-point lead on you guys before you finished UST off here in the fourth?
Well, they're a very good team, and that's the reason why they're in the finals. So we expect them to be very competitive and to make runs against us. I don't think we can shut them down for the entire game. Maybe we need to do a better job of how we rotate our players in and out, because every time we rotated the starters out, that's when UST really made a run against us. So we just have to do a better job in rotation next game.
All right, Coach Norman going for his 5th championship on Thursday. That's at the Araneta Coliseum. Thank you. Congratulations also, Nico Salva.
Thank you.
Congratulations for a spectacular game. We leave you to our friends from the press, and we'll take a break first, and then we'll talk more about this Ateneo win in game number 1 against the UST Growling Tigers. Dito po sa ABS-CBN. Nagbabalik po ang UAAP Season 75, Game 1 of Finals. Nanaig po ang Ateneo 83-78 over the UST Growling Tigers in game number 1. Congratulations sa Ateneo de Manila University. Our team Bonchon of the game, brought to you by Bonchon Chicken, crispy chicken secret the world craves for. Let's give you our final update on our Gatorade Fuel Duel of the game. Fuel your battle with Gatorade. This guy really tried, especially in the fourth quarter. Jarek Deng, 25 big points, 2 out of 5 from beyond the arc, 8 out of 12 from within the arc, the 3 rebounds, the 2 assists, especially in that fourth quarter, back-to-back threes. This one was that last one to cut the lead down to 3, but still not enough to take the game from the defending champs.
Well, he needed more help. Jerick Fortuna only 4 points, 1 out of 11 from the field today, and only 1 assist, interestingly, out of 38 minutes for that veteran point guard on the floor. 1 assist for 38 minutes. I think he's got to do more to step up. Maybe not to score, but at least get his teammates easier shots as well.
All right, so Ateneo gets their noses ahead in this race to the first to 2, as we always say about the series, best of 3 series. Now, tomorrow, Sunday, we go to the San Juan Arena, October 7th, for the Juniors Finals. Game number 1 po yan ng unang-una, ang ating FEU Lady Tamaraws at saka DLSU Lady Archers. And then yung Juniors Finals, 4 p.m., FEU Baby Tamaraws, manunumbalik sila dyan. Yung mga Juniors team naman nila. And the National U Bullpups, all on Studio 23 tomorrow, Sunday. And then, Ang game po natin, of course, ay mapapanood din sa Studio 23 today po sa ABS-CBN. Pero sa Huwebes, we go back to the Araneta Coliseum where Ateneo celebrated the last 4 championships. Can they close it out, TJ?
Well, definitely they can, but will they is the big question. And will UST roll over and let them have it easily? I don't think so. We're going to see war on Thursday, that is for sure.
And sa Studio 23 nyo po mapapanood yung laro na yan. Game number 2 of Ateneo versus UST. Replay po ngayong gabi, 9 p.m. tonight on Studio 23 for those who want to catch this game between Ateneo and UST. The final score for today, 83-78. Ateneo was down by 11 and then went up by 11 and then went down by 1 until the final surge. A big 4-point play by Ryan Buenafe and then the big jumper by Keeper Ravena to cap off that 4th quarter run to give us our final score at 83-78. For Selena Dagdag, Tina Marasigan, DJ Manotok, our director for today, Direct Al Neri, and everybody in the truck for ABS-CBN Sports. Ako po si Boom Gonzalez. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you for game number 2 of the UAAP Finals Season 75 as we continue to broadcast in high definition.
This has been a special presentation of ABS-CBN Sports.